Hi, Dr. YASS here. This video is less a discussion about issues that are leading to pain or how to resolve pain. This is really almost more just a plea to those who have reached the point where the medical system has coerced you into the thought process that, well, if nothing else works, surgery is your last resort. This is a fictitious, psychotic premise that was an attempt to get you to be willing to accept a surgery, not because of some justification through an analytical review of your situation or an interpretation of the physical presentation of symptoms. It's a culturally, not medically, derived attempt to get you to be willing to accept a surgery simply because in your mind it has been suggested to you that, well, since nothing else worked, what else do you have? So here's my answer to that. What do you have to lose in trying the YASS method, which is completely outside the medical system? I think oftentimes people have found out that I have a doctorate in physical therapy and somehow I'm promoting the same type of therapy that is used globally, but that's pure nonsense. I am against the medical system. I will tell you that as a physical therapist, you are not required legally to confirm or refute a medical diagnosis. You simply treat based on the referring diagnosis from the referring physician, right? This is well understood. So the physical therapist you're going to is not going to establish whether that diagnosis that was given is valid or not. That right off the bat is the issue. Number two, even if they're trying to do some form of exercise, the exercise is not purposeful because it's not based on a diagnosis of a muscular cause which would allow some sort of strengthening to resolve the symptom. Thirdly, they have no understanding of progressive resistance. So for the vast majority of you, you get this sheet of paper with a bunch of exercises and it's done in a calisthenic form. Even if there is some resistance, it's the most mundane, worthless resistance. You're not adapting greater and greater resistances. Therefore, you're never developing strength, period. That's it. So those are three clear reasons why the YASS method is just completely outside of the existing medical system. In fact, I would say that the vast majority of what I do has nothing to do with my medical training. It has more to do with the fact that for 33 years I've been lifting weights and I have put on 60 pounds of muscle, and my understanding is derived from an attempt when I was very, very young, or certainly a lot younger than I am now, to take a high school physics course and apply physics to weightlifting, which allows me to get the maximal ability of my muscles to develop strength by understanding how to get them to isolate against resistance better while also stabilizing the rest of my body to allow that muscle to create its optimal force and to progress the resistance to develop more strength. So, number one, the YASS method is a diagnostic model, which there's nothing else out there. The entire medical system is dependent on diagnostic testing, MRIs and X-ray, and I've gone into that nauseum in prior videos showing that that is a baseless method, and in fact, has no basis whether you're looking at it from a clinical, theoretical, or scientific basis. So the only way you're really going to get a good diagnosis is through the interpretation of the presentation of symptoms that the body provides, which is at the core of how the YASS method establishes a diagnosis. In 98% or greater cases, I've shown it's muscular. So the high probability is that if you're staying in the medical system, you're not going to get a diagnosis that says you have a muscular cause, because it can't be. You can't get that. Finally, if it is muscular, the YASS method utilizes the core principles of isolating muscles that have been identified as being weak and then using progressive resistance to get the force output of the muscles greater than the force requirement of your activities, allowing you to be able to perform your tasks without the muscle straining and eliciting pain and leading to dysfunction. Boom, done. It's only about 5 minutes so far, and I have explained the basis by which the YASS method is completely different from anything outside the medical system. Clearly something you've never experienced if you have never heard about it. So, again, this is more of a plea to anybody out there who is reaching the point where they think they need a surgery, or, God forbid, you've already had that failed surgery, and now you're being told you need a revision on the hip or the knee, or you're being told you need another fusion or whatever else they're going to try in your back or your neck. What do you have to lose? If you hear about the YASS method, simply try to understand what makes it different. Recognize, I guarantee you, that you have not attempted to reach a diagnosis or get this type of treatment. Because it's not possible, because I'm the only one doing this at this point. But that will also change in the near future. So, if you have reached this point and you're frustrated, scared, you're hopeless, you're depressed, then this is your chance to have an alternative path. A path towards a proper understanding of the cause of your pain or other symptoms, and an ability to resolve them by understanding the tissue in distress, and if it in fact is muscle, understanding how to make that muscle work properly so you're pain-free and fully functional. If this is starting to make sense to you, then that's great. You can contact me if you have questions. Let's say you're not sure, it's starting to wake up that maybe that surgery isn't something you need. You can contact me at my email address, drmitch@mitchellyass.com, drmitch@mitchellyass.com. If you want to set up a Zoom session or a Skype session so that we can do an evaluation, don't think you need to have to see me in person. That's nonsense. I've been doing Zoom and Skype sessions for years now because of the demand globally for this from people who have found out about it. So these were people that were never going to be able to come in contact with me directly. So you can certainly get a Skype or Zoom session. Again, contact me through my email address, drmitch@mitchellyass.com. If you like this video and it makes sense, please give it a thumbs up. This is helping both YouTube and Google start to suggest my videos to more and more people because the response has been so good. If you like all the videos I'm putting on my website, Dr. Mitchell YASS, my YouTube channel, Dr. Mitchell YASS, please subscribe. You'll be able to get notifications when new videos are available, and I'm putting them out pretty much every day, if not every other day, or when I'm live on YouTube. All right? So, to summarize, it's time for you to take one more chance. What do you have to lose? You're at the point where you're being told you need a surgery, or, God forbid, you've already had that failed surgery and you're being told another surgery is necessary. What do you have to lose? If you hear about the YASS method, please investigate it. I promise you, you will see that this is the most logically based method of both diagnosing and treating the cause of your pains. And in most cases, it's muscular. A few weeks of proper YASSercise type of exercise, you can be pain-free and fully functional. So for now, this is Dr. Mitchell YASS wishing you a pain-free, fully functional life. Bye-bye for now.